In this video, we're going to look at how to use formula in spreadsheet software. Okay, just to have a little quick recap of what we've looked at so far. First, we've covered the different data types you can apply in spreadsheet software, and then we've covered how to format a worksheet. Now, let's have a look at how to use formula. Alright, so we're back in the same spreadsheet file. This time we're using the third tab, which is Use Formula. So, in this one, we'll use a bunch of different formulas based on each table that's already set up for us. So, this table here, it says addition, so obviously we're going to add some stuff together. Well, we've got two costs, not really sure what they're for, even though I made the table myself. So, we're going to basically find the total cost by adding cost 1 to cost 2. Easy. Equals, select cost 1, then the plus sign, select cost 2, and then hit enter. And we can repeat that again if we wanted to. However, this process is going to waste a lot of time in the exam, so don't do that. Instead, we're going to click on the cell we just created a formula in, hover our mouse over this tiny black square in the bottom right corner. You'll see the mouse or the cursor turns into a little black cross or plus sign. Click and drag the cell down. This is called a fill handle. And you can see it generates the formula for us. Now what's interesting here is notice the formula bar as I change cell. Notice how the cell references are changing as I go down. Okay, it's recognizing, for example, this one here, it recognizes that I'm in row 3, so it has A3 and B3. As I go down, it recognizes I'm in row 4, so it's A4, B4. Well, this is a skill or a technique in Excel known as relative cell referencing. This effectively means that Excel is recognizing there's a relationship between these two columns. Okay, that's relative cell referencing. Okay, over next we've got subtraction. So we've got our amount paid and the total cost, and we're going to work out the change. So we go equals, select the amount paid, minus total cost, and then we're going to select enter. And there we go. So this person is owed £1.50 change. Again, hover the mouse over the little black square, or a little green square actually, to create a black plus sign, and drag down for your relative cell referencing using the fill handle. Up next, we've got multiplication. So we've got cost and the amount of the product. I'm getting the product. We're going to multiply the cost by the amount to get a total cost. So equals, select the cost. The multiplication sign is what you may call the star symbol. It's called an asterisk. It's just above the 8. And then we're going to select the amount and hit enter. And there we go. Click on that cell, use the fill handle, and you can see that relative cell referencing is happening. Okay, moving on. Just going to make this a little bit larger to make sure the cells fit in perfectly, or data fit in the cell perfectly. So here's division. So I can see we've got some scores, maybe for a quiz, and the total score you can obtain from that quiz, and we're going to find the percentage. So over here, we're going to do equals. And to work out a percentage, you just need to do this. To do equals, take the score and you divide it by the total. Okay, and that gives us a percentage. Hover over the little black square and drag it down using fill handle. And there you go. Again, the relative cell referencing working as we want it to. Alright, finally. See, this one's called something different. It's called absolute cell reference. We can have that in a second. So here we've got some hotel rooms, the cost of the hotel room, and then here's a final cost. Now this final cost is going to be created by applying the booking charge to the cost. Okay, so very easy. You've done this already. Equals, select the cost plus the booking charge and hit enter. Okay. And then as normally we may choose to drag it down using fill handle. And there you go. Or have we done it properly there? Because you can notice room 6 is £12 and we get £17.99. That makes sense. £5.99 plus £12 gives us that value. But room 5, £15, and our final cost is £15. That doesn't seem right to me, because I don't think 15 plus £5.99 is 15. Reason for that is quite simple. Relative cell referencing is taking place here. You can see the cell values in the formula row, or the formula bar, sorry, are changing as you move down the cells or move up. Okay, that's fine for the B column, because we do want to take these going down. However, for the F column, which is where the booking charge is, in row 19, we've got B19 and F17. Well, F17 is the booking charge. Okay. But then as we go down into row 20, we have B20, which is what we want. B20 is that one. But then we have F18. Now, F18 is empty. That means we're now adding nothing to the cost. And you can see the same thing happens with the next one. You've got F19, and etc. He's going down. Okay. Now we've got to find a way to get a fixed value in there. Now you could just put $5.99. Okay. But then what happens if the booking charge changes? We now have to change that for every single item of data in this table. Now this table's pretty small, but wait, it's a massive table with a huge problem there. So what we're going to do is, we're actually going to undo that. We're going to take that cell reference and we're going to use what's called an absolute cell reference. This is where you freeze a value by using a $sign. Place a $sign before the F. Okay, it freezes the column. If I place a $sign before the 17 or the number, it freezes that row. By having both in place, it freezes the entire cell. So now, if I use a fill handle, you can see here, as I go down in the formula bar, F17 remains the same, and you can even see the values here, as they should be. Let's just change that into a pound. That's a currency. Okay, there we go. Done. And that's that. Okay, those are all the formula that you need to know for spreadsheet software. So we're going to check that one off. You may have noticed we didn't check off one item from the using formula list, and that was using a range. I haven't shown you how to use a range just yet, because it's better and it's more suitable really to use a range with functions as opposed to with formula. So we'll have a look at that in the next video. But for now, that's everything you need to know about using formula in spreadsheet software.